Okay, second part of the compensation plan. If you look on the second page of your compensation plan flyer, you'll see that after executive, you can hit silver, okay? Once you're at silver, you have now reached a really special level, okay? In order to hit silver, you have to have $10,000 in your OGV plus 2 legs at $4,000 each, okay? Now, hopefully those 2 legs at $4,000 will be at executive so that you can be training up your leaders. If you want to hit silver in 6 months, what this means is it is not hitting silver from 6 months of enrollment. It's hitting silver from 6 months of hitting executive. So if you hit executive in January, then you have February, March, April, May, June, and July to hit silver. If you hit silver by July 31st, then you have achieved silver in 6, okay? That means that you will get an Aroma Complete Kit, which is $2,000 worth of free oils. It is amazing. It's about 120 bottles, and it is such a blessing that Young Living provides that for us. You will love it, trust me. There is not a person that gets that is at all disappointed. So it's worth the effort of getting silver within 6 months. Okay. Also, once you hit executive and you're at silver, these levels, you can start using the Young Living Leadership line, which is a special customer service line just for the leaders in the company that they can call and they can get help with special leadership and business type of questions. Okay. In order to hit silver, though, you have to have $10,000 in your OGV and 2 legs at $4,000 each. You're going to want to be training up your leaders so that they can be growing their leaders, and you've got this whole layer of leadership growing underneath you, and that's how you get that kind of volume. That's how you get those numbers, is you've got lots and lots of people under you working. Okay? So, also, in order to hit silver, now you have a new requirement that's called PGV. Your PGV has to be at $1,000, okay? You've still got the PV requirement of 100. You've got the 10,000 OGV and 2 legs at 4. Now you also have a PGV. PGV stands for Personal Group Volume. Personal Group Volume is basically your entire OGV minus the OGV of your 2 qualifying legs. So if you have 6 legs going right off the bat, which would be awesome if you did, if you have 6 legs going right off the bat, and you have, 2 of those legs hit $4,000, and then you have another leg that hits $2,000, then your PGV is covered because you've got $4,000 and $4,000, so $8,000 in your qualifying legs, and your OGV outside of that is $2,000. And then let's say you order $100 worth of oils because you have to. So your PGV is $2,100. Does that make sense? Okay. So your PGV is the qualifying, it's your OGV outside of the qualifying legs. Now, once you get to the higher ranks like platinum and diamond and so on, it's important to note that your PGV also is not just your qualifying legs, but if you have any other silvers. So if you've got 4 legs that are all helping you hit platinum, and your 5th leg isn't quite up to diamond yet, but it is a silver at $10,000, then that person's whole OGV does not count for your PGV because it's also silvers and above. So it's your qualifying legs or silvers and above. Now the thing that does count is your order. Your order adds to your PGV always. So worst comes to worst and you're at Royal Crown Diamond and you don't have any other PGV, order $1,000 of oils every month, and at Royal Crown Diamond you could afford it. But anyway, so just making sure that everybody understands PGV here. And the PGV is $1,000 for every rank hereafter, all right? PV stays the same always, PGV stays the same always, okay? So this is how you hit silver. In order to hit gold, you've got to have 35,000, and now 3 legs at 6,000 each. Okay? All right, so 35,000 OGV, and now 3 legs all have to be to 6,000 each. Obviously, some of these legs are going to be over 6,000 because you only have 18,000 within those 3 legs. So you want to make sure you don't worry about, if one leg is really strong and the others aren't, because you need a lot of volume to hit these higher ranks, all right? Platinum is 100,000. And 4 legs at 8,000 each. Okay? All right, so this is kind of the second tier. Now, once you hit silver, you have now 3 new payouts that you can achieve, okay? So you're currently already getting your unilevel, 8%, 5%, 4, 4, 4 on your top 5 legs. You get that for hitting executive. And you keep that. You also keep the 25% for the first 3 months of your enrollments, the $25 for enrolling everyone. You keep the 10% of anyone that they enroll. And then you also now have something called generation. There's 3 different kinds of generation payouts. So the first one that's really simple to understand is when you hit silver, you get 1 share for being silver. This is kind of like profit sharing. At the end of the month, whatever profit they have left, they divide out amongst their silvers and above. And right now, shares are around $145 to $150, okay? So just for being at silver, just being a silver in general, no matter what else you do or anything else, enrollments or anything aside, you always get that share added onto your paycheck. Now, once you are also at a silver, you now have what they call a generation. So if you have no silvers under you, then your entire OGV is your personal generation. And that means that within that personal generation, you're getting 2.5% of a compressed percentage of your entire OGV volume, okay? So you've got 2.5% of a compressed percentage of every dollar amount in your OGV. Once you have another silver under you, you now have generations. And you have your personal generation is everyone under you up until your first silver in each leg. So if you have, let's say you have 4 legs, okay, and one of those tops of your legs hits silver. Well, now your personal generation is your order plus all the orders of everyone else, your entire OGV minus that silver and their OGV. Okay, because that silver is now your generation 2. At silver yourself, you get paid on your generation 2s and your personal generation. Now, you can have a silver at the top of each one of those 4 legs, and you've actually got 4 different generation 2s. And then any other OGV left is your personal generation. Now, once you start ranking at gold, you get paid on generation 3. That means that if that silver has a silver under them, you get paid 3% of your generation 2 and your generation 3, okay? But you also get a share on each of those. Anyone that you get paid for, you get a share for. So it's at gold, you get shares for your first and second generations. That means that if you're at gold, you get 2 shares for yourself. That's $300. And if you have 2 silvers right on top of each other, you get $150 for each of those. So just for being at gold with having 2 silvers, you get an automatic $600 roughly attached to your paycheck in addition to everything else. You can imagine how fast that number grows when you're at platinum or diamond and you have 40 to 50 silvers and golds and platinums and diamonds underneath you. And it's $150 for every silver, $300, and as the company grows, those share amounts are growing. So that's the new payouts that you get at silver. And those, there's more to it than that, but that's the basics, all right? So once you're at silver, you have kind of arrived to this status within Young Living as a really established leader, and you get to go on the silver retreat. If you hit silver for 3 consecutive months, then you qualify to go on the silver retreat, which is an all-expense paid trip to the St. Marie's Lavender Farm in Idaho. It's a 4 or 5 day trip that they take you out there for all expenses paid, and you get to see the farms, you get get to have leadership stuff. You get to go whitewater rafting. It's a really cool thing that Young Living provides to support and to bless their leaders. Once you hit gold for 3 months consecutively, you do the same thing, except for it's at the farm in Ecuador. So you get an all expense paid trip to Ecuador as well for hitting gold. If you hit platinum for 3 months straight, you get an all expense paid trip to Ecuador, plus an additional person gets an all expense paid as well. So pretty awesome, pretty exciting thing to have and to be a part of, and Young Living really blesses their leaders. So this is part 2 of the compensation plan series, and part 3 is coming up next, where we'll talk about the last 3 ranks that you can achieve within Young Living.